In this lesson, we're going to talk about how to find area of triangles. Now, just like in parallelograms, in the previous slide, you saw the formula, which is area equals base times height divided by 2. Now, you also might have seen the formula, 1/2 base times height. Now, although both of these formulas do not look the same, they are in fact the same because, as I've talked to you guys in class before, multiplying by 1/2 and dividing by 2 is the same thing. It's completely up to you which formula you want to use. Eventually, you will receive the same solution, so it does not matter. However, I will be using this formula because I prefer it. I would rather go ahead and multiply the base by the height and then proceed to divide by 2 instead of multiplying by 1/2, which again is the same thing. I know many of you dislike fractions, so I suppose you all might prefer the formula written this way, but again, completely up to you. So the most important thing in determining what the solution to your problems are is to figure out what the base and the height of a triangle are. So for example, let's see, this is not example 1, but let's say we have a triangle. This side length, let's say, is 10 inches. This side length, let's say, is 13 inches. This side length right here, let's say 8 inches. And then right here, it says this is 7 inches. So the most important thing in utilizing this formula to find area is to determine, as I said, what the base and the height are. Similarly to a parallelogram, the base and the height always makes a 90-degree angle at the intersection. So where they intersect, you will see a little square, which symbolizes a 90-degree angle, or what we call a right angle. In this case, you see 4 pieces of information. You see 10 inches, 7 inches, 8 inches, and 13 inches. So, and again, doesn't mean that I have to use all of these numbers to find my solution. To find the area, all you will be needing is the base and the height, similar to, again, a parallelogram. However, we have another step. To find our solution, we have to do the division by 2. So in this triangle, what you'll be doing is, again, I'm going to rewrite the area formula, which is base times height divided by 2. The base is, again, I'm always going to look for that little square. So that square is going to tell me what the base and the height are. As you can see, at the intersection, there's the 90-degree angle, and the 2 lines that form that are your base and a height. So in this case, the base is 10 inches. So I'm going to replace B with 10, and the height is 7 inches. Now you might think, what am I going to do with 8 and 13? Do I need to apply that somewhere into the formula? Absolutely not. Sometimes they give you extra information to kind of throw you off, so just ignore that. Only focus on what you need. Now I'm going to go ahead, work one step at a time. 10 times 7 is 70. Divide that by 2. Please don't forget to do that. Many of you might have gotten used to finding the areas of parallelograms, which is base times height. And again, you might stop your problem there with triangles also. Keep in mind, you have to divide by 2. 70 divided by 2 is 35. Please make sure to include your labels, your units. In this case, it's square inches since we're talking about area. So that is your solution for this triangle, the area. Now we're going to move on to another example, which is example 2. Okay, example 2. Example 2, you don't have additional information, so lucky you. We have the 10 inches, which is the base, and the height, and they also show you that 90-degree angle is 22 inches. I don't have enough space, so I just drew an arrow. Again, same formula, base times height divided by 2. Area is, now, once we plug in that information, we can find that out. So we have 10 times 22. Again, please don't forget to divide by 2. 10 times 22 is 220. I divide that by 2 to get 110. This is also in inches. My answer when finding the area is always going to be in square units. So this would be 110 square inches. Again, when you practice the rest of the problems today, please keep in mind to always look for that right angle, which should tell you what the base and the height are. Multiply them together and then divide by 2. All right, good luck, everyone.